fool, sleeping where they stand in the blazing sun.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, or should I say, welcome, foolish mortals, to yet another exciting edition of the Guys Hiding from Their Wives podcast. I am your host, Big Ben, and with us, as always, we've got Alexander the Great.
Here I am, like always.
We've got Juicy Trevor over there.
What?
No soundboard today?
Fuck it.
All right. And before I get
like
over
the
here
sound
to
of
my
that.
partner on the couch, we've got a special guest host with us tonight. Well, big welcome to our resident baseball guru. Give a shout out to the great John-bino.
That's a good one. I like that name.
You should. And then right here next to me on the couch, as always, we've got Magic Mike. What's up, fellas?
All right, we need to talk.
Already? Dude,
Already.
we're like 30 seconds in and I'm already in trouble.
So I've been gone all week, out of town. Ben calls me and says, hey, are you going to be there for the show? We got to have you there for the show. I'm like, I will make it. I will find a way. I crossed seas and oceans. I went uphill in the snow both ways to get here. But before I got here,
So your Ford broke down, you're saying?
yeah, Ben put me on a mission.
That's not fair. He drives a Dodge. He's cool. He's good.
All right.
I have
all right.
Ford too. But anyway, Ben sent me on a mission. He goes, hey, by the way, bring us back some Four Locos.
Shit, yeah.
And for information, I tried this last week. It was nasty. It's not my cup of tea, but I'm not a connoisseur of alcohol. So I'm like, whatever. Everybody has their own taste. Fine, whatever. So I go into the store.
Yeah, some people do like the taste of stripper butthole, right?
Yeah, so I go into the store.
Oh,
and
I've never had that kind before. Is
and
that
I,
any good?
and I put the Four Locos on the counter. And the guy looks at me behind the counter, doesn't know me. I'm not from there. Looks at me and goes, why the hell would you buy that? And I'm like, dude, I know. It's not for me. I can't explain it. I don't like it either. He goes, if you drink both of them, you're going to die.
True story. True
So
story.
let me give you the excuse why. When you went to Mesquite, you didn't drive on any back roads, did you? You drove on the freeway going 80.
Sure,
Right.
I went only 80.
Yeah. We follow the laws here.
You did
Guys
not
Hiding
go.
from Their Wives.
You did not go on the back roads. You went on the expressway, going a high speed limit.
On the way there, yes. On the way home, I was bootlegging. I had the Smokey and the Bandit song playing on, it kept on repeat. So 'cause I knew I was bootlegging
Copy
Ben
that,
some
you
Four
some bitch
Locos.
pile of monkey nuts.
And I went back into the deep, dark hills, and Deliverance music was playing as I was driving by campsites. It was scary.
He passed
But-
our recording location
But
from a
right
couple weeks
here,
ago.
right here
Mike comes through in a pinch.
is your Four Locos.
That's why we made you the pinch hitter, baby.
And the
He
counter
came
guy,
through in the clutch.
And the guy at the counter said, all that stuff, and he just, don't do it, dude. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. He was trying to talk me out of a sale. And I said, it's not for me. I get you. I tried it. I don't like it either. And he said, that is today's youth's Mad Dog 2020 of our day.
Yeah.
And I says, I get it. But
I
the
would
youth of
love
today
to try
is
Mad Dog.
corrupted. I don't know. But there you go. Four Locos for
Party
you.
on. Atta baby. Mike coming through in the clutch.
Four Locos will ruin your life.
We're slowly
Disclaimer.
becoming Four Loco guys hiding from their wives.
This is true. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
I'm pretty sure on the warning label it said this drink may fuck your life forever.
Well, it says right here, do not record podcast while drinking Four Loko. Wow. Looks like we screwed
Might as
that
well
one up,
try it.
fellas.
I think they should sponsor us.
I mean, this has become a weekly thing for me. So I don't know what you guys.
Oh, okay, so this is the first time I'm actually looking at it real close, and it says you must sign a contract so you're not liable for anything you do wrong when you drink it.
Yes. It's a disclaimer there, waiver of liability. I guess.
They've been there before, so maybe that's why there's a warning.
So from the sounds of things.
Wow.
I drank one in Vegas, and my wife did say I tried to steal a baby. So
I heard that story. It's a great story. I enjoyed hearing the story.
it's a bad
I don't
time.
know why, but there you go.
We've definitely had some fun stories in Vegas. If I remember the, I got a story
right.
for you.
Okay.
Well, that may be another story for another time. But the story about the guy on the bus looking at my sausage party T-shirt.
Yeah.
You were there. You remember that story?
I was there.
I heard about this.
Great story. Great story. We'll get into that another time. Before we get going, corrections department did hit me up on one thing. The Cristiano Ronaldo Manchester United match actually happens in match day 3. So since Ronaldo's only suspended for one match because of his red card, he's going to play at Old Trafford. So that's good news for
That is good news.
for Ronaldo fans at Old Trafford. They don't have much else to get excited for just because that freaking Mourinho's got the team as a train wreck right now. But that's neither here nor there. And the apologies department. I don't even remember what I needed to apologize for, so it must not be that important.
I want to apologize for being so fucking awesome.
You don't need to apologize for that.
Whoa.
Mad shout out to our producer for being so fucking awesome.
Shout out.
Yes. Other random shout out. I want to give a shout out to Mountain Dew, the nectar of the gods. Reese's peanut butter cups. Hell yes. And to the guy working on his boat in Helper today, dropping F-bombs about every other word. Yeah, it was pretty awesome as I walked by delivering his mail. And a reverse non-shout out to the son of a bitch who made the damn holes in that sewer grate so big today that I dropped the work truck keys down. So, yeah. Screw you, buddy. Take a hike. Go play in the road.
And, and my shout out is actually an RIP to Four Locos, because after you try this, after we've been promoting the shit out of it, after you try it, they're going to go out of business. I can just guarantee it.
Done. We've gave him the death sentence.
Shout out to Dollar Shave Club for making me nice and clean and smelly. Not smelly. I just showered, so.
Smelly.
Not a sponsor, by the way.
Yeah, not a sponsor, although if anybody from Dollar Shave Club is listening, we would definitely like you to sponsor us.
We are open to sponsorships of all kinds.
From anybody.
I take private donations. F these guys.
Oh,
Wow.
and shout out to me for telling everybody out there, do not pick Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well
Shoulda
played,
listened.
sir. Well played. Yes, big news up point there. Jimmy Garoppolo did tear his ACL on Sunday. Done for the year. So that's two big ACL tears in the 49ers backfield. They are going about this all the wrong way, I think.
I heard that one of the defenders just ran past him and he tore his ACL.
Oh, no, actually, I did hear that the NFL did fine and suspend Clay Matthews for Jimmy Garoppolo tearing his ACL.
Oh, I'm sure they did. It wasn't even in the same game, but yeah. It was all his fault.
It doesn't matter. You have to lay the quarterback down like a baby in a crib anymore.
If
Otherwise,
Clay
you're getting
Matthews,
it.
I've seen some pretty wicked hits.
Oh, dude, you're
in
not
the
kidding.
highlights, and
He put Alex Smith on his ass, and it was great to see. But, roughing the passer, bullshit. Anyways, I did remember what the apology was for. I need to apologize for my belligerent nature last week regarding the Yankees-Red Sox game and how I said, you're going to win the division, but not on our soil. Yeah, the very next damn night, the Red Sox went and clinched the division title on our soil. And don't you say a word. I see you leaning toward the mic. I will reach over and I will bitch slap you right now.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was
You were
just
going to say something.
I was just going to say that, of course, the Red Sox are back on top.
Oh, it was a foregone conclusion they were winning the division.
Ben, I think I see some feathers coming out of your mouth.
Don't worry about it.
You eating a little bit of crow over there?
Yeah, I ate the whole damn flock, man. I ate the whole murder of crows this morning.
It's been that way since the whole since the start of the season. I don't even follow baseball that much, and I know that the Red Sox have been killing it this
Yeah,
season.
the Red Sox are
Hate to admit
kicking
it,
ass.
but they have.
And we will get into that. That's why we've brought the great John-bino in here to talk some baseball with us.
Right?
You good there?
I'm good.
You having a stroke over there?
I'm good.
All right, just making sure.
Here comes the seizures!
But yeah, we'll get into some baseball here for the second half of this. Other news happening in the world. I don't know about you guys. I just want to know what in the blue hell is going on this past week. Since we've talked last, okay, the Browns won on Thursday night for the first time since December 2016.
Wait, hold on. I have something to add to this. Okay, the Browns are undefeated since Josh Gordon left. The Patriots haven't won a game since Josh Gordon got there.
come on.
Josh Gordon, come on.
I know it's 1 week, but hey, these sports analysts,
Hey, facts don't lie, man.
yeah, and it's fact. I'm not making stuff up. Check my facts.
It's true. So, Cleveland wins on Thursday night last week for the first time since December 2016. Almost 2 years. The very next night on Friday, Carbon High School goes out and wins their homecoming game over Emory. It's the first time in 17 years they've beaten Emory. The first time in like 9 years, I think it was, that they've won a homecoming game. And overall, this was their first win in like 4 years. So if that's not enough, and then on Sunday, the Bills pull their head out of their ass and beat the Vikings, who many have picked to win the NFC. Almost another tie between the Saints and the Falcons. That sucker went to overtime, and it was in the last couple of minutes that the Saints scored. The Seahawks, who have not been shit all year, come out and they beat the Cowboys. The Titans, with no Marcus Mariota, beat a team that many people have said to be the AFC favorite in Jacksonville. The NFC favorite, the Packers, lose to the Redskins, and it wasn't even close. The Giants, who were absolute garbage, pull out a win. And then the biggest shocker happened Sunday night. And I'm not talking about, what Trevor did to the other night. That shocker. But the Detroit Lions beat the New England Patriots. The Detroit Lions, who got their asses kicked by the Jets in week 1, go out and they beat the perennial contender New England Patriots. So you guys tell me, what in the hell happened this week? What's going on?
It's Roger Goodell deciding football's going to be weird this year. That's all it is.
Yeah, even in Carbon County.
Shit, you're not kidding.
Yeah, no kidding.
At least one constant. I'm sorry, Mike. The Oakland went out and lost 28-20 on Sunday. So
They never win in Miami. I don't know why everybody's talking shit about that.
Yeah, what
they
about
never go to Miami and win ever.
what about the Dolphins sitting at 3-0 atop the AFC East?
Who they
man?
played?
I feel like I called the Dolphins in one of our earlier prediction episodes.
I think you might have.
I think I called them winning
Who
their
they
division.
played?
Oakland.
In Miami. That's a win. That's a gimme. They played the Jets.
That's
a
win.
gimme.
Okay. Wow. Who's the other game?
I don't know. Give me a second. I'll look that up.
Hey, good news is Pittsburgh actually did something. Somebody
Yeah.
poked him with a stick.
That's another one. Pittsburgh. Well, they tried hard to lose that game on
Yeah,
Monday
they did.
night.
They got poked with a stick and it was like, do something, and they did something.
That Buffalo Minnesota game, that was the second biggest upset in the last 30 years. Or
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
that was a huge
That was
I mean,
insane.
Is that just based on standings, on wins and everything?
What? It was just basically
point
strict
spread.
quality of the team too. Buffalo was such a big stinking underdog, and then
A big stinking pile of donkey poop.
to say. And the other answer to your question, the Dolphins beat the Titans in week 1.
Ooh, wow.
So
Regardless,
They've had a real
and-
tough
and-
schedule so far.
And Marcus Mariota was out of that game, and their backup quarterback started. But he got a concussion, and Mariota did come in.
and he came back in that second half. So
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
So Mariota's hurt, and they win 9-6.
yeah.
What was Jacksonville's excuse?
I don't even know. Jacksonville just they
They
fell
made-
apart. They didn't even look like that's just what we're talking about. A lot of these teams, the Vikings didn't look like the Vikings in that. Well, shit, the Bills didn't look like the Bills. It's just I don't know. It was just a weird freaking week. And to top all that off, Friday night here, homecoming night here in Carbon County, there's a cow gets loose and is running up Main Street. A cow running up the middle of the street. Cars are almost hitting this thing.
My wife.
My wife.
Whoa,
It was
Damn it,
literally
that
in the
was a
next
wave.
lane from her. It was probably within 5 feet of hitting her, head on.
All right,
You shouldn't talk about your wife like that.
Maybe you
Alex.
city folk don't understand the cows and the road stuff. Come to Wellington. That happens every day.
Ah, man.
It's an everyday occurrence.
I guess, but yeah, you don't
Cows,
usually
chickens.
you don't usually see a
No,
cow
okay,
running up the
so-
middle of the road and turning like it's going into Maverick.
The bigger
man.
problem was that
nonetheless.
the closest place that has cows is within 2, 3, maybe 4 miles from where this cow was first seen.
I heard that cow was moving.
Oh, he was on the move. That's for sure.
Leave. Don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
I like puns.
Jumping back to football, Juan, we all know who you like, but the audience doesn't know, so why don't you tell us who you like, who's your favorite football team?
Well, mainly the Broncos, mainly because I'm named after two of the greatest, John Elway
Hey,
and
he's
Terrell
not wrong.
Davis.
He's not wrong.
Boo!
You shut up, Steelers
I
fan.
thought we got rid of your soundboard. Yeah, you got no room to talk. You just sit down over there.
That's okay.
At least
You
he's
couldn't
loyal to
beat
his
the
team,
Browns.
You got all this swagger because the Steelers won this week, and
No, they still suck.
Yeah.
But I still love the Steelers.
though. There you go.
Hey, did Antonio Brown show up to practice Monday after the win? Or Tuesday, I guess?
Yeah, he showed up.
All right.
I heard
That's good.
that Denver didn't show up to their game this week. though.
Good God. We didn't even get into that. It was horrible. To be fair, Denver hasn't showed up for any of the first 3
Yeah.
games. There's no reason that Denver should be 2-1. We have looked complete shit. But anyway,
I was just gonna say that Denver has a phenomenal defense when they want to play. When they decide to actually defend the court,
this week was just garbage. So yeah, college football news. Not much really shocking happened this weekend. Old Dominion did beat number 13 Virginia Tech. Kentucky, go blue, beat number 14 Mississippi State.
Bama's still killing it.
Oh, Bama's just going to run over everybody. There's no two ways about it. Texas did beat number 7 TCU, and then I think it was were they number 6? Oklahoma damn near lost to Army. I think it was 28-20 in overtime.
Even
that
college
Army-
football is weird this year.
Yeah.
Well, sort of. Alabama's still strong. BYU still okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay, college football's fun that way though because there are always upsets. That's an
oh,
every
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Very true.
It's a given. But NASCAR, the playoffs are here. I know we talked a little bit about it before. The way that the playoffs work, and I'll just give you guys a little bit of quick background here. 16 drivers start the playoffs, and then after 3 races, 4 of them are eliminated. Basically, if you win one of those 3 races, you're automatically into the next round. And then those non-winners, it just goes off of their points.
So, and everybody still races in the races after that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, they don't have
it's still
8-person
an
races.
entire field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so 12 guys are competing for the championship after those first 3, and then after 3 more they eliminate another 4, and then after 3 more they eliminate another 4. So then your last race of the season, everybody's still racing, but basically you've got 4 guys that are contending for the championship. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to take one of those guys winning that race to win the championship.
So how come someone just, if you're eliminated, say in the first set, and you really hate number 92 or whatever that racer is, how come you don't just take him out? You're eliminated. You don't care. You hate the guy.
You
Just
know
run
what?
him in the
I'm
wall.
honestly surprised it doesn't happen more.
I think
But there
more of
are,
a
you know,
sportsmanship thing.
yeah, sports and sponsorship money. You've got big sponsorship dollars. You go out and intentionally wreck somebody in your car, your sponsor's going to pull there.
Unless you're Kyle
Well,
Busch.
no, not
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah.
Well, he actually got parked a couple of years ago for doing it.
Oh, I know.
Just for being an asshole.
Yeah,
And that was
he's-
because the sponsor said, you park him, and Eminem's damn near pulled the sponsorship from that car.
Kyle Busch has
because
gotten
of that.
booed in his own
Dude,
hometown.
I freaking hate Kyle Busch. But
But here's the thing, though. It doesn't, like, they always say any publicity is good publicity, bad or not.
That is 100% not true.
I don't know.
At least when you're huge in the public eye like that.
Okay, Nike and Kaepernick.
we get
He
that.
was almost
yeah.
irrelevant.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
people
mean-
stopped thinking about Kaepernick until Nike put him on their poster.
Yeah,
Well, Nike's never been unpopular.
Right.
that's true.
Dude, that's what I'm wearing right now. I've got Nikes
You
on.
know, it's just, it just does. It just goes. People like a train wreck.
Boy,
and-
you're not kidding there.
And you
They
throw
should
a-
follow my life.
And,
I mean, there's a reason people like Oakland.
well, yeah, see,
Dude,
Mike.
Dude!
there's a thing,
Give the
though.
poor guy a break, man.
Dude, he brought you back for Loco, and you treat him like this.
There's a thing, though.
He's gonna drink
It's-
him himself here in a minute.
People love the bad boy.
It's
do.
I
Yeah, you're
guess
goddamn
so.
right.
They do.
Kyle Busch wears a leather jacket and has his hair slicked down.
And he's
is
got a million
rude
fans
to nerds.
sitting there yelling at him.
I'm kicking
Yeah, a
him
lot
in
of
the
people
nuts.
hate him. Look how many people hated Jeff Gordon because he wasn't from the
Well,
East Coast.
well, that was just it. Jeff Gordon was a California boy that went out there and was winning all these
Yeah.
races. Even like toward the end of his career, when he tied Dale Earnhardt, man, people in the South, they hated him. They were booing the shit out of him.
Okay, a lot of people until he died hated Dale Earnhardt.
Dude, Dale Earnhardt was a bad man.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna lie.
I honestly didn't know that Jeff Gordon was a California boy. I didn't know that there was so much territorial like backing within NASCAR.
Actually, I think he was from Indiana originally, but,
But definitely
Yeah.
like nowhere on the East Coast, not like East
Yeah.
Coast or South where
Yeah.
all your good old boys.
he
come
wasn't from Charlotte, North Carolina, or
Right.
from Atlanta, Georgia, or
Sorry,
any of
North
these.
Carolina. Well,
North Carolina, like
Okay,
Dale Earnhardt Jr.,
so-
man.
Jake
Big
Gordon
old-
wasn't a no good old boy.
Big old
here's my
boomhauer,
thing
man.
on Earnhardt. I didn't care one way or the other about Earnhardt. And like I said, when I first started watching racing, it was just Jeff Gordon I liked. I followed because everybody hated him. I'm like, oh, let's see what's going
Mike's
on.
like, I'm gonna wreck some
So I
shit
had,
today
I
with
had
this.
no idea, you know. But Earnhardt, he would get up on people's bumper and he would tap them.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes they wrecked, sometimes they didn't. But he would tap them out of the way. And the good old boys from South Carolina, Intimidator! That's how you raise, Intimidator! When Jeff
Get her
Gordon did it, that California faggot, you can't do that. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I'm pretty sure you can't say that word on the air anymore.
Yeah, I'm
Why?
pretty sure.
That's what they called him. Did you see the Bad News Bears
yeah.
in breaking training?
Oh yeah.
What kind of California? And that's just the word they used with California.
Yeah, it
That's
was,
just what
it
they
was,
used.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it's just
and if
old
anybody
school.
didn't think that about him, if anybody from down south, them good old boys told you they didn't feel that way about Jeff Gordon, they're lying through their tooth.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just
goddamn
saying.
right.
Yeah, and
bullshit.
it's just the way it is. I mean, if your hero, if you're say you were an Oakland A's fan, and Mark McGwire, Cubs fan, Sammy Sosa, oh, he's awesome, he's awesome. He didn't cheat, he didn't take steroids. But everybody else in the world, oh, they cheated.
Yep.
If it's your guy, they can do no wrong.
Yeah, there's this weird like defending of somebody who's from your town or the guy you like. It's like parents with their children, like their kids are angels and everybody else's kids are demons.
Well, my kids all are. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. But I bet everybody else's kids suck, don't they?
Shit, yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Even Trevor's mom's kid, he sucks too.
Yeah, it's just a blind eye syndrome.
Going home.
Oh shit!
And if you're offended by what I said, grow a set. Sorry,
Oh shit! That was great.
it's
though.
a word. It don't mean nothing.
NBA other sports news. NBA preseason starts Friday, and preseason is pretty much a yawner, but once you get it, it's getting close. NBA is about to start rolling around. And Alex and I were talking about this yesterday. I think it was. We really haven't talked about LeBron James since he signed with the Lakers. How great is that we haven't even brought that shit up?
I think it's just because basketball's not really been in the public eye. It's football season. Basketball is kind of
Baseball playoffs.
yeah, baseball playoffs.
Great
Hockey
time of
starting
year.
again. But
Great time
basketball
of
is just
year.
really out of the public eye. I think when basketball comes around in a couple months, we'll start talking about LeBron.
Football will still be awesome.
We talked about this last week. It's always hockey season. There's never an off season.
Yeah, we said it lasts like
Well,
47 minutes.
shit, we talked about the Golden Knights winning the NHL championship within our first couple episodes.
Yep.
And this is episode 12.
12. Yes. And
12, Staubach,
12.
Brady,
I am 12.
Bradshaw,
What?
12. What the?
Gus Farrat. Gus Farrat was 12.
Number 12.
What are you doing over there?
Gus
You okay?
Farrat.
You good?
I'm just looking at MLB logos throughout the years for our
That's what you
second
were
half.
looking at, huh?
And in 1927 through 1928, the Detroit Tigers, I believe it is, have this dumb looking tiger for their logo.
Oh, there were some stupid ass logos on that.
This looks
I
like a
posted
tiger that I drew.
I posted a link on our Facebook page. You can go back there. You can look at that and look at some of these old logos throughout the years.
We're gonna post a photo of this Detroit Lions tiger or Detroit Tigers on Facebook.
Holy shit! That is a great.
And like I said, I don't want to say nothing out of school,
27 through 28.
but if the special school had a contest for drawing tigers and they picked the winner for the
That's the
mascot,
one.
that's what they did.
That's Kenny the cracked out
That
tiger.
was great.
Kenny the cracked out kitty.
That's a tiger that
awesome.
was born and raised in Detroit.
Oh,
Oh, and just
Loved
speaking of the logos and the mascots and everything else, I went through it. I kind of went away from the logos and went more mascots because the logos was more visual.
right.
So I had a hard
and
time with that.
and then if we pull up our top, those of us who put together our top 5 logos, we're gonna post all those on that Facebook page for you, so you guys have a sense of reference as to what we're looking at. So,
Yeah.
one other sports news before we really get into the meat and potatoes of this episode: Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods won the PGA Tour Championship this last week, and it was his 80th PGA Tour victory.
Tiger Woods is fucking back.
That is great to see.
He's great.
He's
That-
just okay.
That does not excuse him for the fucking bullshit wife cheating shit that he did all those years ago. But it's
Yeah, we're not talking about that, but he's a
pro
great golf.
athlete. Everybody cheats.
Yeah.
it's cool
Yeah.
to
He
see
just got
Tiger back
caught.
on top. It's cool to see an athlete that's
If you
so
ain't cheating,
dominant in this
you ain't
sport.
trying.
Phil Mickelson played around with Tiger on Monday, I think it was, and Phil Mickelson, of all people, came out and said that he has never seen Tiger play this well. So it's great to see. So,
Do you think he's coming out with some anger? He's like, I want to show all these fucking bitches who didn't think I could do it. I'm going to show them.
Maybe. I don't know. But okay, think about this. We haven't really heard much Tiger Woods lately. Do you guys know how long it's been
5
since
years.
his last win?
5 years.
2013 was his last win on the PGA Tour.
And he was so dominant from
Oh, yeah.
in all the years before
Oh, yeah.
that.
But how many more is he going to win?
2,
Because,
3
and like
probably.
I said, I'm not a big golf fan. I can't really tell you, but I heard people talking about this because I was out of town, and they were talking about Tiger. But there is so many young, talented golfers coming up now. They were saying it's going to be tough for him to.
Oh yeah, there is
winning.
so much talent. It's unreal, and I don't even want to try to pretend I know half these names, but for him to actually beat a Rory McIlroy at this point,
I've heard that
kind of
name
a big
before.
deal.
I know Rory McIlroy. He's a good golfer.
I don't follow golf much, but
I know
if
Billy
I think of golf,
Madison.
it's Tiger Woods that I think of.
You know, Happy Gilmore was the golfer. Chubbs Peterson, baby.
Like
Oh, yeah.
in my mind, when I
Holy
think
shit,
of
that's
golfers,
strong.
I think like
God.
Tiger Woods, Arnold Palmer,
Arnold
Jack
Palmer.
Nicklaus.
Shout out to Adam there.
I think Nicholas,
Shout out to my brother that can't
Yeah.
say it, Arnold Palmer.
I,
Jack Nichols.
Nicholas
I know
Jack
him. I went to school with
Nicklaus.
that
the
guy.
Golden Bear,
I'm just
the
kidding.
greatest golfer.
I'm just giving you
ever.
shit, bro. I'm just giving
when,
you shit.
when I think of golf, I think of old men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Golf requires goofy pants and a fat ass. Should talk to my neighbor. He's probably a great golfer. Huge ass.
or middle-aged guys who make a lot of money.
I should definitely pick up golf.
It's
Not
not
I
that
have a
I'm-
huge
sport,
ass
it's a
too. I think-
competition.
and we talked about this last week, kind of like bowling. It doesn't take a lot of athleticism. It takes some serious coordination and some great ability.
It's not a sport. It's a competition.
Yeah, we just said that.
I don't.
Did
said
you?
that.
Yeah,
I
what do you
wasn't
mean?
listening. I was not listening.
Yeah, too many
Contracts.
I was
Too
too
many
busy
locos.
thinking.
How
about
many
Jack
you had
Nicklaus.
so far, man? Good God, man.
I don't know.
Too many locos.
I have somebody that I know. I'm not saying names, but they would differ that bowling's a sport because they seem to hurt it themselves every year.
No,
when they bowl.
bowling is a
Go ahead.
competition as well.
He can't bowl for a while. He's on crutches now, but we'll get into that at another time too. I know who you're talking about. So poor guy. I do feel bad for the guy. I feel bad.
Real quick question: when is Tiger Woods gonna get an Arizona iced tea drink, along with Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer?
Good call. Way to slow that down. I don't know, man. I think with Tiger Woods, you can't just stick with iced tea and lemonade.
Why can't you just put him on the cover of Frosted Flakes?
Or he has his own slushy, Tiger's Blood.
That is very
again?
good. That's really
Again?
good. I like that.
That's two.
This is
Actually,
going good.
that
not
one was
bad.
pretty good.
It,
I'll-
well, it
I'll
actually
give you
was
that one. That
Tiger's
was
blood
pretty
where he
good.
took the golf club upside the head from his ex.
Dude, yeah.
It's true.
Elon. All right, fellas. Well, that's about all the good sports news of the day. This first half has been a little boring compared to what we've done the last couple of weeks. You know.
Is it though?
Well, not
Is it really?
We
I'm here, so it's not boring.
well, I mean, we've toned it down quite a bit as opposed to some of the previous conversations we had.
We're not talking about tentacle buttholes this time, so.
Oh my God! I'm sorry I brought it up. Jeez.
It's not my fault that I'm not bringing up you liking to watch tentacle porn.
What? There were like so many double negatives in there. I have no idea what you just said.
You have no idea what I didn't just say.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be
Yeah,
back.
we're gonna head on the other side of the break. We've got some baseball talk for you. Bear with us. We're gonna get into some of the history from baseball. We're gonna talk about a couple of the mascots. I know Mike and I have had this discussion before about Jesus. Where the hell did they come up with some of this shit? We're gonna look at some of our favorite logos of all time. We've got our top 5 list for that. We've got our top 5 favorite baseball players of all time
We got a
list,
top 5 all-time baseball players.
and then
I only
we're
have
going
a top
to
3 of those, just
you cheat
so you guys
ass.
know.
Half-ass it. Way to go. Way to go. And then we'll take a look at the standings. We're gonna get into the way the playoffs are looking at this point in time. Get some predictions from you guys. We're gonna go into that. So go get you a drink, settle in, get you some peanuts and some Cracker Jack. You do that. We'll do this. We'll be back with you in just a few. And we're back. I have to throw out a big apology to the great John-bino here. Somebody forgot to mention to him what the rite of initiation is when you come on guys hiding from their wives. So I apologize to you. Your leg will dry off here shortly, I hope.
Oh yeah,
I really
we
hope
peed on
it doesn't stain.
We peed
You
on
know, it'll only stink for a minute. So I apologize about that. So
Usually we pee on people during the mid-episode break.
I mean, that makes sense.
it's usually Trevor getting peed on. That's why he came up with the nickname Juicy. Just 'cause-
You ever seen the fountains with like those little cherubs peeing into it? We're like that on top of him.
No,
that's fucking disgusting, man.
and I am now taking applications for a new podcast.
Come on,
Shit.
who else has as much fun as us?
Shit got weird.
You want to get shit on podcast? Is that what's going on?
You're saying shit got weird like just now? You ain't been here for the
Yeah,
past,
where
like,
you been for the last 12 episodes, bro?
I never make anything weird.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that awkward
Come on,
silence.
dude,
that was yep.
dude.
yep.
Yeah, come on, man. This is John's first episode. Don't be lying to him already.
I ain't lying.
Why? Yes, you did. I saw you do it. Why you lying?
Why you lying?
All right. Well, I apologize. We had a little bit lengthy break there. Was playing some HQ trivia and I lost, so it's gonna put me in a bad mood for the rest of the episode.
You
So,
suck.
Hey, I know I suck. Leave me alone.
Oh, hey, I have
Major
a-
League Baseball. What?
wait, I have a shout out.
Okay, who
I
said
just
that?
want to tell my little sister Caitlin, happy birthday.
Hell yes, happy birthday,
Happy
Caitlin.
birthday, Caitlin.
Happy birthday, Caitlin.
Hope you're having an awesome time in San Francisco. Love seeing your pictures. So happy birthday to you. Thanks for
Watch
sharing.
out for the homeless people shitting on the subway.
Or peeing on people, because that apparently
Seems
is
to
a thing.
happen.
Like that legitimately happens in San Francisco on the BART. Your Bay Area Rapid Transit. That shit happens. I'm not kidding.
Shit. Heck.
Why? Why? Why do you know this? That's what concerns
I
me.
listen to a podcast that's based in San Francisco.
Are you like researching this shit or what?
No, I just know about.
How many knows from
things.
personal experience?
I drink and I know
he's
things.
never been to
That's
San
what I do.
Francisco.
All right,
All right.
Lannister.
Okay. All right. Major League Baseball. It is that time of year. Pennant races are in full swing. We've got about, a week
Swing.
left of the regular season. I think the regular season ends. I think it ends this Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, people's got like 5, 6, 7 games left.
Well, right now, just looking at the standings, the Red Sox are 107 wins, 51 losses. Freaking incredible.
So they got 4 games
So they've
left.
got 4 games left. The Yankees are 97 and 60 at this point, and that's not including tonight. So they've got 4 games after tonight. 1 more against the Rays, and then 3 against the Red Sox to close out the season. So, it's coming down to it. It's pretty much a given who's in the playoffs in the American League. It's just a matter of where they're going to fall out. And the National League at this point is a complete mystery. Holy
Houston.
cow!
That's who's going to
That
win the
National
National
League is
League.
getting
That's it. Houston.
Astros?
Houston's in the American League.
Fuck.
Houston.
just-
They're still gonna win it.
Give him some more.
Have another
locos.
4 Loco man. All right, so here's the way the standings look right now, and we're going to talk about the American League East last, just because there's just some real interesting trivia happening there. National League East, the Atlanta Braves have clinched the division. They have a 9-game lead over the Washington Nationals at this point. The Chicago Cubs are leading the Central by only a half a game over the Milwaukee Brewers, so that one's going to come down to it. And out west in the National League, the Dodgers have a half a game lead over the Colorado Rockies out west. So, I mean, that is just crazy. And then your wild card standings in the National League, Milwaukee has a 3.5 game lead on Colorado, who have another half game lead over your Cardinals. So the Cardinals could sneak into this and sneak that wild card out of there
Only
if
they pull their heads out of their ass over
Alright.
last week. They
you never know.
sucked ass.
They got 4 games to go. They could do it. So if Colorado does falter and lose that division, then, they could just miss out altogether.
Well, the funny thing about it all is the Cubs and the Cardinals have a 3-game series to end the season. The Dodgers and the Giants, who doesn't matter what place they're in, they always try to knock
It's
each
always
other
tough.
out.
Well,
So-
and the Giants, they've got that chip on their shoulder when
Yeah.
it comes to the Dodgers.
So the Rockies and the Dodgers are going to have a barn burner. The Cubs and the Cardinals, the Brewers could come out of that if Cardinals.
Well, yeah, the Brewers are only a half a game out of first place in the Central.
Yeah, so there should be some good finishes coming up this week.
So we'll come back to that and talk about it. We do have some interesting news that just came to me here, and I'm going to ask you about the pronunciation of his last name there. Just
Casaus.
okay, Martin Casaus. I don't know if you know him.
Marty
Give us a little
Lamar.
background on him there, Juicy.
Yeah, he's a professional wrestler. He's from Utah.
We'll get back to baseball in just a
Yeah.
minute. This is important.
He's from Utah. He currently is signed under Lucha Underground, and he is the world champion there.
Yeah, he just won that title a couple weeks ago.
Wednesday.
Just last week. Has it only been that long?
Yeah, it hasn't been very
So
long.
yeah, a big deal that he's in Lucha Underground. If you don't know, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you're a wrestling fan, it is arguably the best wrestling on the planet.
It's a much more scripted, episodical show. They do seasons. There's a lot more story to it. It's a really fun time. If you like wrestling at all, watch Lucha Underground. It's
and
great.
their in-ring stuff is incredible. So
And there is a point to this.
Sorry.
We didn't just go randomly off on this.
but we do.
We have an opportunity to possibly have him on the podcast. So
Yes, he has been in contact with our Juicy co-host here, and so he's Trevor threw it out there that we do have a podcast here, and if he'd be willing to come on and check it out. And he said sure, that he might be willing to. And for the listener at home, Alex did just throw John's keys across the room at John's fiance. So
It was an accident. I just want to let that known to the
Full of
audience.
shit, it was an accident.
accident.
You accidentally just chucked it overhand as hard as you could across the room?
And I'm surprised we didn't hear my horn honk, because sometimes I'll lean on my keys and I'll hear the horn.
it accidentally flew out of my hands.
Okay.
I can see it.
There you have it. So big news there. Big shout out to Martin Casaus, Marty the Moth. If you're a fan of his, be sure, we'll keep you posted there. So big shout out to him. Thanks for getting back to Trev on that. That's awesome. Hope to hear you soon on a future episode. So back to what we were discussing here, baseball standings. So as it looks, we've got the Braves winning the National League East. That's already clinched. Which one of those 3 teams that you got 3 teams basically still alive? The Cubs, the Brewers, and the Cardinals. The Cardinals that look like the odd man out at 4.5 back there. Half a game separate the Cubs and the Brewers. Which one wins that division?
The Cubs.
I'd say
The Cubs definitely.
I would say the Cubs.
Okay. And then out west, who ends up winning that one? The Dodgers or the Rockies?
I like the Dodgers. like the
Okay.
Dodgers too.
I
Okay.
think the Rockies.
I
I
would
think it
like
could
the
go either way.
Dodgers, but I do actually think that the Rockies. would
If the
take it.
Dodgers didn't have to play the Giants and
It
just
wasn't- and
knowing,
that-
Yeah.
and
just
the
knowing what
Rockies,
those
have
two
you been seeing
teams
their
do.
scores they've been
Dude,
putting
Colorado is on
They're on
fire.
fire.
And we talked about this before. It's all about getting hot at the right time.
Yeah.
And it's when you're hot, holy shit.
And look at their lineup. They're just
Dude,
packed.
dude.
If they can get a half decent effort from their pitchers, they got a shot at every game.
Yeah, true story. So you guys are liking Colorado out there? John said the Dodgers there. Trev, what do you think?
Yeah, I got Colorado. I don't know. Like I'm not in on baseball, man. I'm not.
They
gonna lie
have
to
a
you.
better record. They have a higher percentage. They're a better team overall, I would say, than LA.
So
They're just
And
strong.
they're just hot right now.
I like Colorado
They're so hot right now.
because they're
Okay,
from
Bukachi.
Colorado. They're close, and I mean,
They got good colors, purple
Well,
and gray.
Colorado has the bats. Dodgers have the pitching.
That's true.
Good, Kershaw's a freaking
Well,
stud. I love
my
Kershaw.
nephew likes the Dodgers, so yeah, let's go Rockies.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
hammer time.
Ouch. And
My
going
nephews
with
know
what
I'm
you
a
just
douche.
said about doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
If you know me, you know
Those
I'm a
people who are
douche.
tuning in just to hear Trevor, he is kind of a douche. So yeah.
I'm a nice douche, though.
John's fiance has been in the room for 2 seconds. She already knows he's a douche. too.
Trevor's really good at cleaning vaginas.
I am.
Oh,
They call me-
wow! That's a whole other story for a whole other day.
No more locos.
That's my
guns.
that's my new nickname, the cleaner.
Yes. Well, we need a new juicy. We need a new juicy. We've got the cleaner now.
Oh, juicy cleaner.
Juicy
Juicy
cleaner.
cleaner. Oh my gosh.
I clean them and leave them juicy.
This went south so fast. So, and then over in the American League,
We're so getting sued.
yeah, probably. Over in the American League, it is a done deal. All these races are final now. Boston has won the American League East.
I just typed fart.
Cleveland has won the American League Central. And you good over there?
He's drunk.
Yeah, I can see
He's
that.
trying to type his Wi-Fi password. He typed fart.
I didn't. I did it on purpose. It wasn't like an
Oh.
accident.
Well, are you sure?
All right. And then out west, Houston has clinched the American League West, and then it's clinched that the Oakland A's and the New York Yankees are the wild card.
Yeah.
So, getting into that, now that we know who's going to be where, okay, let's start with your National League. Basically, your wild card game is going to be, according to you guys, Milwaukee, and I believe it's going to be the Dodgers at this point, or do the Cardinals sneak in and steal that wild card?
Dodgers.
Okay. So we'll say Dodgers and the Brewers. Who wins that wild card game? One game. And it's going to be at Milwaukee.
Dodgers.
Okay? So then the Dodgers go on to take on the Cubs, and then the Rockies play the Braves. Who meets in the National League Championship out of those two?
The Braves and the Cubs.
Okay?
Yeah, it's in the Braves.
Okay.
Dodgers, Rockies.
Dodgers. Ooh, okay. Mike mixing it up, saying Dodgers, Rockies. John and
Because
Alex
Cubs
saying.
can't win a playoff series. That was a fluke.
It was
Hey,
a
they
fluke,
won-
but it was a good fluke.
It was
Cubs
a
get there
great
every
fluke.
Year,
It was
and
great.
This is the year, and they choke.
They do.
But you know what? So did the Dodgers.
Oh,
The
yes,
Dodgers
they
had
do.
100%
Yes, they do.
choke.
Okay.
And Kershaw disappears
Yep.
in
He
the
did.
playoffs.
He disappeared in the World Series last year. Straight up. Okay,
Here's
so
the question: do you think that LA could possibly even trade Kershaw? Do you think they trade him to somewhere else to get a pitcher if he doesn't perform well in the playoffs?
No. The Dodgers are never getting rid of Kershaw. I can
No.
tell you that right now. So, who wins the National League then? Who's your pick, Mikey?
I gotta go pitching in the playoffs. Pitching in the playoffs is huge. I go Dodgers
Even though we've just talked about them choking in the playoffs, you still going to stick with them?
for the next series, but I like the Dodgers.
Okay, Dodgers taking the National League pennant. Who do you got?
I've recently decided that I'm a huge Cubs fan because every time I see them on the TV, I can't not help but cheer and get almost emotional about them when they play.
I get that.
But unfortunately, I got to go with the Braves. I mean,
Okay.
they're playing better. They're
I
gonna
gotta
win.
agree with him. The Braves are doing good right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Dodgers.
Okay, so we've got 2 Dodgers, 2 Braves. I'm going to mix that up. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the Cubbies. I think the Cubbies are going to. Atlanta's good. Don't get me wrong. I think Atlanta's probably the best team in the National League, but they're too young. The Braves, I
obviously,
think,
there's
are
a reason
probably
they're
a
on
year.
top is
The
because
Braves
they're
are
the best.
probably a year away from being really, really good and being living up to their full potential. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say the Cubbies there.
I just hate the Cubs. I will never pick the Cubs.
Well,
I
while
honestly
we're
didn't-
talking about teams we hate and being reluctant to pick them, let's go ahead and talk about the American League. Who wins the wild card game? Yankees or the A's? It's going to be in New York.
It's going to be the Yankees, no problem, no doubt, especially that it's in New York.
Didi's back.
Yeah.
Judge is starting to get his stuff down. Stanton's starting to crush the ball. Severino's probably going to pitch.
If Judge makes it back in the playoffs, the Yankees
He's already
could-
back.
He's back.
Judge is back already.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He's getting his timing down. He's been hitting the ball pretty good.
And
last
Didi's
couple
cleared to play now.
Didi Gregorius got his
Clearance today.
release to play today. So.
If they let them play, that the Yankees have a solid chance of coming up and maybe almost winning the American League championship.
Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Okay. So,
Going with the A's.
really?
It's gotta be different.
I'm going to pee on you. I'm peeing on really.
Okay.
And I know why you
s-
just picked the A's.
You say that, but now what if it happens? Yeah.
I'm really going to pee on you.
I
if
would
it
like to
happens.
see Oakland win it. They've been like kind of the down in the gutter for a
Stepbrother.
while. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, out of all, then it goes to the Yankees and the Red Sox, and it's going to be the Indians and the Astros. Who meets in the American League Championship?
Houston and Boston.
Houston and Boston. That's all. I mean, it's
Okay.
a hard bargain to press.
Mikey?
Indians have been so good, man.
Yeah,
So
but
the
Indians are
Cleveland's
good.
they're chokers too.
Bauer's supposed to be coming back,
Ooh, I love Bauer. I love
But-
me some Trevor Bauer.
but
Trevor Bauer?
I love the Astros pitching staff.
Yeah.
They are just lights out.
And that's exactly it for
and
me.
pitching is everything in the playoffs. I like the Astros there,
Okay.
and I like the Red Sox.
Okay.
I'd
Yes.
stick
John?
with the Astros, even though I don't like the Red Sox and I love the Yankees. I'd love to see the Yankees win another title.
Come on, make it
But-
unanimous.
What?
Oh,
He's
wait,
finishing.
you haven't
Quit,
gone yet.
let him
Sorry,
finish.
you
Let
haven't
him
gone
finish.
yet. I
Just
forgot.
even though I like the Yankees, I'm not going to choose them just because the Red Sox are doing so well. They're 10 games ahead of the Yankees right now, so I hate to admit it, but I think it's going to be the Red Sox and the Astros.
Okay. Well, and I'm right there with you, Mike. Houston's pitching is fire. Dallas Keuchel and Justin Verlander, you are not going to find a better 1-2 punch in the major leagues right
Well,
now.
McCullers Jr., man, he can go lights out too.
Yeah. And then somebody.
Come on, say it.
I need.
I
Hold
love
on.
the collapse.
Hold-
Astros all the way.
Hold on. I need another drink before I say
I,
this.
I love the collapse.
He needs some of that liquid courage just to say it.
We just don't want to admit
I
that
hate
the Red
it.
Sox are good.
But they are just too complete. They are.
There's a whole package within the American League right now.
yes.
They cannot be stopped.
No,
They've been playing,
don't
they've
get
been
ahead of
hitting,
yourself there.
They've
There's
been
still 3
pitching.
games against
They've
the
been
Yankees.
running.
And
they're
while the
fast,
Yankees
they can
could get
hit
hot,
hard.
and we just talked about this, the Yankees could get hot. And if they get some momentum with this last 3-game set in Boston, yes, they could. But will they? I don't think so. I hate to do it, but yes, I got to go ahead and pick Red Sox.
I can 100%
Red Sox,
see
Astros
the
in the
Yankees
American League
Championship game. I can 100% see that as a possibility.
The Yankees could very easily do it if they weren't playing Boston to get there.
It's
true.
And it pisses me the hell off. There, I said it. I said it.
But here's the thing, though. We just talked about Didi coming back, Judge starting to hit, Giancarlo. But here's the thing. Did they wait too long to get
See, and
everybody
that- and
back
it's-
and
it's-
going?
That's what I'm thinking.
It may.
That's why I like him against
Yeah.
Oakland, but not in a 7-game series.
Yeah.
And it's only a 5-game in that divisional
That's
round
true.
anymore.
That's true. They changed that.
Like
So-
you said earlier, Oakland's really been the redheaded stepchild to the Dodgers for years upon years now.
Yeah.
I mean, they
haven't even been the top team in the Bay Area. They've been behind the Giants at this point.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
Fucking assholes.
all right, and then who wins? The Red Sox or the Astros? Who comes out of the American League?
Red Sox.
Astros.
Red Sox.
Astros.
I think are the minority here.
It's
Yeah.
gonna
I'm
be a
taking
rematch.
Astros
Dodgers.
just
Astros.
because. Yeah, I think Houston can. I think Houston will beat
Houston
Boston.
can pitch.
Houston's
That's it.
pitching is so
That's
tough.
all you need.
Yeah, if you
But the Red
can't
Sox can
score,
pitch,
if
the
you
Red
can't
Sox
score
can
on them,
hit,
Houston only
they
got to
can
score one run to
The
beat you.
Red Sox can do it all. They have been doing it all season long.
But not against Keuchel and Verlander.
Very true. That's true. Red Sox have had a really easy
Here's
season.
what happens, though. Let me take you back in time a little bit. The Seattle Mariners, Randy Johnson, Ken Griffey Jr.,
the
James
big
Shooter.
unit.
They won what, 112 games that year? Did
I
they
think
go
so.
Did they go to the World Series?
Nope. So and that's an excellent point you bring up, Mike.
There's
This
always
first,
the favorite team 90% of the time has a collapse.
this 162 games. What do we do?
Oh,
we're
we're
good.
good.
All right, we thought we lost our
aight.
feet there for a minute.
We
Our
we good.
producer's drunk.
That wasn't
That's
even
probably
me.
a bad
I
combination.
do not know what happened.
No, we just minimized our whole window. We thought we lost everything, but we're good. And then that's just it. These first 162 games don't mean a damn thing once you get into that playoffs, and you've got that 5-game series against a division rival, no less. Now, again, I've said it. I think the Red Sox win, but I do think Houston is just too strong. You know what I mean? And then they'll put up just enough runs that they have to
Houston.
Houston can hit. They can run just like
Jose
Boston.
Altuve, he's
Altuve's
a good
a
God,
player.
I hate that Altuve is so
I
good.
agree.
So,
I wish he played for fucking Boston. God damn it.
Was it last year?
He's getting out of
Alcohol,
control.
Emotional.
Was it last year he stole a base and everybody got Taco Bell?
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
So,
I'd use that
Mike,
for
you
taco.
said Astros-Dodgers. Who wins it?
It's a repeat, and see, last year I knew the Astros were going to win because I put money on the Dodgers at the first of the year. They was going to win me a cool grand if they would have won, but they choked. So this year I don't have money on them. So Astros, because
Astros.
they burned me. So I want the Astros to win.
Okay. You're saying Red Sox? Red Sox?
Red Sox Dodgers for
Who wins
sure,
it?
and it's gonna be the Red Sox.
Okay.
I really think
Well,
the
for your
Astros.
sake, I hope you're right.
I'm really thinking on the Astros.
And I'm with you. I think the American League is winning the World Series regardless.
Yeah, no doubt.
The American League is too strong, and I think at this point it's the Astros are going to repeat as world champions.
And I'm a humble enough Red Sox fan to know that
You're full of shit, too.
goddamn Houston is so good. They bring it in the playoffs every fucking year. They can just do it. And if anybody's going to win that's not the Red Sox, I want it to be Houston. I just want to put that out there on the
Well,
air.
if anybody wins it that's not the Red Sox, it will be Houston.
I
So.
just really hope that I'm in Texas for Houston winning it again.
But I will say this though.
Were you last year?
On the looking at it from like a fan's perspective on the outside, you hear Dodgers, you hear
Oh, that's right.
Rockies, you hear Red Sox, Yankees. You haven't heard a whole lot about the Astros this year, and they're the
No.
defending champions.
Well, that was what they did last year, too.
They're
They
laying in
came
the
in
weeds.
under the wire, and then
Yeah, they're laying in the weeds, and they're just like, okay, pick who you want. We're gonna show our stuff,
'Kay.
and they will.
if you had to pick one team out of all those that we talked about that's not your champion, who's your sleeper pick to sneak in and win it all?
Chicago Cubs. I mean,
Colorado Rockies.
I'm with you, Mike. Colorado Rockies.
you don't think the
I
Cubs
think
can
it's
do
time
it
to stick with
twice?
the Rockies.
I hate the Cubs. I don't want to win a game.
We
I want to
want
like
the
162.
We want tacos. We want tacos.
No, and
That's
we talked
terrible
about it.
for an audio podcast. We should never do that again.
Yes, we should. Well, and chances are, just because you said that, we probably will do it again.
But what if we get
Yeah.
tacos?
But
Yeah,
after,
if there's
after
tacos
this
involved,
podcast,
yes.
he's gonna forget all about it by tomorrow.
This is true. Well, that's where he gets the luxury of going in and editing this, so he can check it out and be like, yeah.
For the audience, there's 2 thumbs up.
All right, so there we have it. We want to touch on a little bit of history. We want to talk about some of these mascots. Basically, the main one I want to talk about, I don't remember you before we get into logos, the old Oakland Athletics logo. I don't know if you guys remember
how
it.
old are we talking about? I got
We're
the whole
talking
thing.
about probably
Okay.
late 80s.
So listen, the Padres are actually a PCL team, and they needed 2 expansion teams in 1969. So they just took the Padres from the PCL league and made them a major league team.
Right.
That's how they came in the league, and they had their swinging friar logo.
Well, see, and I get that because San Diego was founded by what the
The missionaries.
yeah the missionaries, and so their old logo was that
Spanish
little
missionary,
was a
yeah.
fire, was a padre, a father, who was playing baseball. So I get that. I get that the Twins are the Twin Cities. I get that we've talked about Pittsburgh. They got the name the Pirates because they used to be called the Pittsburgh Alleghenies. They were named after the Allegheny River that runs through Pennsylvania. That's one of the 3 rivers that meets in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
In
We're going
Pittsburgh.
to Pittsburgh for vacation, you guys.
And I think the Yankees also used to be the Orioles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yankees
interesting.
are the Orioles.
I don't know. That's interesting. We'll have to look
The
into that.
Yankees used to be
So
the New York
can we
Nines.
jump back to
Yeah.
your Oakland?
Well, hold on.
Athletics?
We will in just a second. But then
I want to talk about
the Alleghenies actually went and they signed a player out from under. I think it was the manager of the Phillies, Philadelphia at that point in time, and then this manager went on a tirade and made a comment to the newspaper that they were a bunch of dirty, rotten scoundrels, that they basically stole their player from them, that they were a bunch of pirates. Well, to this day, they're still known as the Pittsburgh Pirates at that point.
And you said it was the Alleghenies, like
Alleghenies.
Alleghenies. Okay, I thought it was like Dante Alighieri.
No. The Alleghenies, named after the Allegheny River that runs through
Got
Pittsburgh.
it. My bad.
So, And that's an interesting point. We're gonna have to look that up there, John.
Well, I got it right here. They were all P's. It was just a stylized P until 1936 is when they first became a pirate.
Cool.
There you go.
Okay, and their mascot. Let's see, I got like 1,000 notes here because it was.
Mike just pulled out a file
Yeah.
folder out here, and he's
got my
going through
file
the.
cabinet. But
I
anyway,
mean, I got the best mascot, like right off the top of my head. There's no competition. It's the Philadelphia Fanatic. He's the
What
best.
the shit does he have? Does that have to do with being a Philly, though? I mean, really?
Nothing. But he's the best mascot. He's
Just
the
like
funniest.
the damn San Diego Chicken. What the hell?
okay, let's get into that for a second. So the Padres logo is the swinging friar since 1958, and they've always had the Padres.
Is that true?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
swinging Padres. But let me tell you a story.
Yes, you are correct.
Everybody associates the Padres with the San Diego Chicken. The
I don't
chicken,
know why. Why?
The chicken actually has no affiliation with the
No,
Padres
he doesn't.
or the
He's
Chargers.
just- he
Nothing.
just showed up
He was
there
a
a lot.
guy that showed up at the game and started dancing around.
And it's not even a rooster, is it? It's just
It's
a
a
chicken.
chicken.
It's not
a
even
chicken.
like a father chicken. It's
He
just
has
a chicken.
no affiliation with the Padres whatsoever, but he's known as their mascot when it's actually a friar is their mascot.
That's
So-
crazy.
Since 1958, it's been the Padre, the
The fri-
friar.
the friar.
And everybody thinks it's a chicken, but the chicken has no affiliation with them at all.
Okay, the worst mascot ever has to be New Orleans mascot.
What's
What
that
is
have
it?
to-
The Pelicans.
That's not
Oh
baseball.
yeah, the basketball. Yeah, but
Yeah,
just,
it's not
just from
baseball,
a
but-
mascot standpoint. It's terrible. I'm not fretting. Oh my god,
Let me see.
that is terrifying.
Yo, let me get some.
Ah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Wow.
It is so
We're gonna post that one on our social media so you can see what that's about.
From 1901
So
to
bad.
1902, the Yankees were the Baltimore Orioles.
Wow.
And then
And
they
then-
went to the Highlanders, and then the Yankees from the 1913 to the present.
Really, that's interesting news. Great job on that research there, man. Wow.
Since we're talking Yankees real quick, you want to talk about the Yankees mascot? They're actually
What is the Yankees mascot?
Okay,
I'm
actually,
not
they're-
sure I've ever seen
they're
it.
one of 3 teams right now at this moment that does not have a mascot. But let me find it.
I would have
Oh, shit, yeah,
assumed,
right
in
there.
like from
19
original, it would have been somebody like
Okay,
one of the
yeah.
New England Patriots, like a
In-
Minuteman or something,
In
wouldn't it?
1980, they had a mascot
yeah.
for one season. His name was Dandy, and he was
That's
a
right.
pinstriped bird with a mustache.
Nice.
Well,
And the
okay.
fans would come out on the field every time he came out, and they would
And
beat
have
him up.
sex with the bird.
They would beat him up. because
Whoa!
the fans
What
did
is
not
your
want a
damage?
did not want a mascot.
Wow.
Well, if you're a New York Yankee, if you're a member of the New York Yankees, you don't need a mascot.
You
Yeah.
got the team.
The team and
They,
that history speaks for itself.
After he got his ass kicked a few times, they couldn't get no one to do it, and the mascot died that year.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
Gee.
so the no one would dress up as Dandy, the pinstripe bird.
Yeah.
So he lasted
Oh my
almost.
hell!
He was initiated in
That's pretty
1980.
great, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he came out in 1980, and he didn't last very long.
That's great.
So Yankees are one of 3 teams with no
He
official
looks
mascot.
like a goddamn Muppet.
He does.
Oh,
he
no,
does,
more.
man.
Yes, he does.
As we go through the list, you'll see most of these guys are based off Muppets.
Right.
So,
yeah.
are we going to talk about our favorite
Yeah,
MLB logos?
Yeah, we'll talk about our top 5 logos in 1 second. We got to go back to a point that we finished because this has been one of our biggest problems. Is we'll circle around and we'll never get to a point.
Yeah.
The Oakland Athletics logo, mascot, whatever you will, probably late 80s, early 90s. I don't know if you've seen it. It's balancing on a baseball. What in the hell does an elephant have to do with an athletic?
I got that for you.
You actually found that out?
I actually found that
Bama.
out.
Yeah, seriously, an elephant. An elephant is not athletic, bro.
Okay,
Just saying.
Yeah,
so
probably the least athletic.
here's the thing. So
That'd be like saying I'm athletic.
It's power.
the Oakland A's, the original owner, Charlie, okay,
Real quick, help me here.
when
Is
he
there-
bought the
do you
A's
see
in
the Red Sox on here
1963,
anywhere?
they actually had the mascot was a mule.
Okay.
Because the Charlie O, that's the name of the mule, was Charlie O. Because Charlie, the owner, was stubborn as a mule. It had to be his way. It was his way or no way. So the mascot was a mule.
Wasn't that what the movie Moneyball was about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little
kinda,
bit,
pretty much.
a little bit.
And the owner said it had to be a mule. It was a mule for him for being so stubborn, but he said it had to be a mule because he was such a huge Democrat.
Yeah,
I see that. I see that.
So
Okay.
it had to be that. Well, then when he bought the A's and he was losing money all this time, he changed it to they said, oh, that's a white elephant buy. Why would you buy the baseball team? That's a white elephant. They suck. You're never gonna make no money. So it went from the mule to the elephant.
To the elephant.
And the elephant's name, Stomper.
Well, there you have it.
Braves for a
There
while.
you have it, Mike, doing the research, dropping some knowledge on us. Okay,
Mike, I feel smarter already.
dude,
buddy.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Now I'm happy that I know that why the damn athletics
Yeah.
mascot is an elephant.
Mike,
I almost
I'm
called it
glad I
Melliscott.
have you in this
There's no
podcast.
Boston
You
on the
actually
list.
contribute.
I try. It's rare. Don't count on it every time.
There's no Boston on this list.
All right, we're looking at this. What? Apparently, we've got a list that has no Boston.
There's
Yeah,
a
they're like
million
in the middle of the thing
That's
right
the
there.
Boston Braves, not
Yeah.
the Boston Red Sox.
Well,
Then they went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
no, the Boston Braves are the one up here underneath the Diamondbacks.
There's Boston. There's
I know,
Boston.
but there's no Red Sox logos. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because the
Well,
Red
after
Sox
the
used.
after the Braves.
Well, I'll
went
go
to
get you some
Atlanta,
toilet paper, and it'll be the Red Sox, and it'll be fine.
Funny.
Like I said, the logos will get you confused. A lot of them.
Yeah,
logos
it
I
could
know.
just-
well, yeah,
it could
because
be
of
a
all these
complete
teams that have
picture.
moved cities,
Yeah,
like
yeah, it was-
the
it was
Braves
jacked
moving
up.
from Boston to that. So,
It was
okay,
jacked up.
let's hit it. Let's give us your top 5 logos. I'm going to start with an honorable mention, just because I wanted to talk about it, and I have 2 honorable mentions, just because I wanted to put them on my list, but I only had room for 5. I want to go with the Seattle Mariners' current logo, just because it's just freaking sweet, and I like the way that the color scheme looks and the way it looks. And then, as an honorable mention, I want to throw some love, just because it is so iconic. I don't like them enough that I can put them in my top 5 list, but I got to go with the Boston Red Sox just because that logo is so classic and so iconic. They get an honorable mention. So,
Got that fact right here.
Okay,
They've
so-
used it since 1908. The same stock.
yeah, the same logo,
Oh, yeah.
same logo the whole time.
So just a little quick thing on the Mariners. The Seattle. Okay, now Aquaman's real big now with Jason Momoa.
Okay.
A Mariner. You know what a Mariner is? Like the Navy guy.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like.
Well,
the,
yeah, from like Waterworld.
Yeah, the Trident. The guy holding the Trident.
movie
It should-
sucks
it
so
should-
bad.
It should be something like that, right? For the Mariners.
Yeah, you think?
What's their mascot? It's a moose.
You're
It's the
joking.
no, it's the Mariner Moose.
Yeah.
Mariner
You're
moose.
kidding me.
Serious.
Well, there's a lot of moose in the
And he
Pacific
came out
Northwest
in
too.
1990, and he's still there to this day.
Wow.
That's great. So my number 5 logo of all time, I like the original Arizona Diamondbacks logo. It's the logo itself hasn't changed, just the colors did. I liked the way that they had kind of with the teal and the purple. I liked the color scheme. So that was my number 5.
Okay. The Diamondbacks logo. Okay, we'll give you that. But their mascot. Okay, you think Arizona? You think Diamondbacks?
You're gonna think it's a
Rattlesnakes?
snake.
It's a rattlesnake for sure,
It's
is
a
it not?
rattlesnake for sure, right? Well, guess what? It is Dexter the Bobcat,
What the fuck,
What does
Arizona?
that have to do with the Diamondbacks?
and they call him D-backs. But
So that's
just
at least you got the name right.
now, for you guys are wrestling fans, so I'll give you this. In 2012, they brought out the Luchador for all the Spanish American
Oh, yeah.
fans.
That's
for the
racist.
Diamondbacks.
That's racist AF right there, man.
And his name is D-backs. He's a Luchador.
Okay.
So that's for the Diamondbacks.
All right. What's your number 5 there? You got one?
Number five. I like Detroit's Old English D. I like that.
It's good. It's classic. Trevor likes the D from Old English Detroit. All right, what's your number
My
5 there,
number
John?
five-
We got to talk Tigers. If you're going to mention them, I got to talk about it.
We can talk about that Derpy Tiger logo.
Actually, that Derpy Tiger was number 5. I take it
So
back.
the Detroit Tigers, you think Tigers? Guess what it is?
Probably an old rusted out, broken
flamingo?
down Ford
It's actually a
shitbox.
tiger, and his name is Paul.
Holy cow! Great job.
They
on
actually
that
got
one,
it right. A
Are we
team that
talking-
got it right.
Are we talking about the Derpy Tiger or the Yellow Tiger?
I don't know what it is. He's a tiger, and his name is Paws.
Paul. Oh, that's 2 paws. That's your buddy.
Hashtag 2 bots.
Okay, John.
So my number 5 for the logos, I'd like to stick with the Dodgers since from 1958 to the present.
That's
They've
not
used
bad.
the same logo.
Not bad. It's classic. It's iconic.
Okay,
It's
there's
such, mine's the exact same. It's the Dodgers logo. It's such a perfect logo, and it,
It
looks
really is.
so nice.
It does
and
look
the Dodgers are the other team without a mascot. But
good. Oh.
so did you know? Well, there's one more after this, but so they got their name actually when they were the Brooklyn Dodgers, and they called them the Bums. Remember? They
Yep,
were the Bums,
yep.
and they called them that because the trolley cars were actually hitting people on the street, hitting
What?
Right,
bums.
right. They were hitting the
And
bums.
so they called them Dodgers because the
Because
guys
they were
had
dodging
to
the trolley
dodge
cars.
out of the way of the trolley cars. So they were the Dodgers or the Bums because they had
That's pretty
20
good.
deaths a year.
So here's a question for somebody who doesn't watch baseball. The Bronx Bombers. Who was
That's
that?
the Yankees.
The
The
Yankees.
Yankees.
Okay.
Because they're in the Bronx
Murder
and they were the home
Well,
run.
I knew they played in the
Okay.
Bronx, but I wasn't sure if there was
Yeah,
Like
the
they had
Bombers
changed
Just
Just
it
because
from
they
a minor
hit
league-
so many home runs, Mickey Mantle, Lou Gehrig.
It was just
Babe.
more of a question of like
Yeah,
if
Babe.
there was a minor league team that was called the Bronx Bombers that played in the same stadium.
No.
They also got another nickname, the Murderers
Okay.
Row.
Yeah, murdered. They murdered the
1927.
ball.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4. I really like the current Padres logo, and we'll put pictures of these out on our social media. It's
Someone should write
basically
these down.
I've got mine written here.
Yeah.
You guys write yours down.
I'm not even
Let me
doing
know.
that.
It's a home plate, and it's got like a wave, an ocean wave, being as they're from San Diego, and it's just
Padres,
it's pretty
you said?
sweet. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, we already talked about the Padres, so no sense hashing that
Oh, I see.
again.
Okay, I'm still gonna let you stab it in, Playboy.
Nice.
Shout out, offense, everything.
Yes, big shout out to them guys. I actually did get a reply from Twitter on them after our last episode, so it was pretty great. Okay, Trev, you got a number 4?
Oh, number four. Let's
Long.
do the Pirates.
Okay, and we already talked about that logo and how they got their name and stuff, but the actual logo is actually the pirate parrot, and it's just a large parrot-looking Muppet, and they've had him since 1979.
Nice. Well, we are running way over on time, so we're gonna have to speed this up a
We'll
little
just go. It's
bit. Who's your number
fine.
4 there?
I like the Braves.
Okay.
I like their colors.
Again, it's iconic. It's classic.
What, am I taking all yours?
Yeah.
And the thing about the Braves, unfortunately, it's that type of public now where you can't have an Indian
Yeah.
mascot,
right,
Indian
that's right.
logo. And
It's
when-
just gone to the tomahawk
Yeah,
now
yeah.
at this point, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
it's
pretty
the-
much got rid of the
Is that what
Indian-
logo you were talking about, Juan? Is the current Tomahawk logo, or
No, I
like
was
one of the older
talking
face
about
ones?
The A.
Oh,
Just
the
the- just the-
Atlanta-
just the-
Oh, I see. What,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
the Atlanta guy, but I had a thing on the Braves. Where'd they go?
They do have a really good logo. Their current like Tomahawk Braves thing,
Yeah.
as Christian
So-
Braves, looks really nice on a hat.
The Braves
Oh,
right
man.
now actually have someone called the Bleacher Creature, and it's just
I've seen him. Yeah.
it's just a green shaggy Muppet with a hat. They had
No, that's the Fanatic, Mike. That's
They're
the
all
Philadelphia
the same.
Fanatic.
They
He's a
based him
green
off the
Muppet.
Fanatic, Yeah, and
Different green Muppet. Different green Muppet.
God,
From
how does that happen?
From 1950 to 1986, they had Chief Nakahoma.
What?
Yeah, that's
That
seems
seems like
little
something they
offensive.
cannot have. now.
Nakahoma.
And they got rid of- so they brought out a kind of a cartoonish looking one. He was called Homer the Brave. And that lasted.
I remember that one. I remember that one.
Yeah, that lasted 1 year, and now they
Why you-
got Rally. He's like a bear-looking thing
All right.
because
All right.
like I said, it's that type of world now where you can't
Yep.
have a
Politically correct.
yeah.
Real quick, just my top 3. Number 3, I went to the Orioles' second logo from 1966 to 1988. That one they had. That was just a cartoon Oriole. It's just classic. I love the way it looked. I
And
grew up
everybody
with
knows
it.
the Oriole.
Yep. My number 2, I went with the original Florida Marlins logo when they first came into the league. It's just got a lot of nostalgia for me. I was a big Marlins fan when they came in, and that was actually my first baseball jersey I ever owned was a Marlins
And
jersey.
they actually have a Marlin mascot, so that fits.
Woo! And then my number 1, of course, just because it is so iconic, you look at that, you know exactly what it means, and it's been that way since 1927, is the New York Yankees logo.
And we've
got a
already
fact
talked about
about that
them
for you.
not having a mascot.
Their logo was designed in honor of a police officer in New York who was shot in the line of duty.
Really?
So they took that.
Is
logo.
that why there's the hat hanging on the bat? at
Yeah.
that point?
Damn, you have done your research.
Well played. That's why he's called the Great John-bino.
Ha,
Real-
he
real-
said duty.
Okay, so real quick, I want to jump back. The New York Yankees in 1905 had the worst logo, second
Oh,
worst
my
logo
goodness.
I've ever seen.
It's like
compared
graffiti.
to the Detroit Lions.
Oh,
It looks like
all the old ones are ugly.
it looks like two trees that someone accidentally
It's,
stuck
it's
together.
almost like
Yeah,
graffiti.
it's horrible. Yeah.
I've seen all of them,
It's
yeah.
not good.
Okay,
They
give
really
us your
stepped
top
it up.
3.
Top 3. Let's go. I actually like Montreal Expos, 1969.
That is the
to
Washington
1991.
Nationals
Yeah, it's Washington
now.
Nationals now, but
I mean, not the the Montreal. Yeah,
Yeah,
Montreal
they were
Expos.
named after because that's where
Yeah.
the World
Yeah.
Expositions were at was
Yeah.
in Montreal.
and the Expos.
I like it. I like it a
It's
lot.
actually like I said, their when their logo when their hat came out, it looks like everybody's like, what the heck is that? It starts with an E and you have no idea
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
It actually, if you can make letters out of each one, there's 4 letters hidden in there, and
Yep.
it makes all their provinces.
Edmonton, Alberta,
Yeah,
I
and
like
so-
it. I think it's cool.
so that-
Ontario.
but their mascot.
I don't see it.
their
I
mascot
do not see it.
in 1978
I'm looking right at it.
was just a weird guy. A weird guy would come out and he had antenna.
That makes sense.
His name was Suki.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
Yeah, and then they came out with Yuppie.
Oh, okay.
Yuppie. He's just an orange furry creature guy. And then they finally moved and got rid of that because them were hideous, them mascots.
Number 3, number 2, I like the Cubs. I do.
Oh, they've got such a
It's
good
just so
logo.
classic.
It's so perfect.
and it's never really changed over the last how many years?
Yeah, it's
It's
not
always
really
just
that
been
I
a
like
big
the
C with the
Cubs.
little ubs.
Well, they had that little bear cub on their hat for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah, but I like the Cubs. I like the colors; they match well. I mean, and any team that does like those colors, it like screams America. You know what I
America.
mean?
But what about when they had the exact same logo as the Cincinnati Reds? Can we talk
Yeah.
about that for a second?
Yeah, no, we don't need to talk about that. It
And
just pissed me off.
I like the Astros as my
Oh,
number
I like
one.
the Astros too.
Okay, the Cubs actually they changed their mascot around the cub, the bear looking thing, but they changed his name because right now is since 2014 his name is Clark the Cub because their field is on Clark Street.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
nice.
Interesting.
That's a good fact.
But I'll tell you one thing about I was hoping someone would name the Astros
Yeah.
because they've changed their logo 100 times.
Oh,
Because
man.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
It was-
today's Astros.
It was actually for the NASA.
Because that's
I
where
know,
the
yeah,
the
the
Space
Astros,
Center's there in Houston.
And they've had a rabbit named Astro Jack. They've had an armadillo named Astrodillo.
Good God.
They had Chester Charge.
What?
Okay, this was the first mascot. Chester Charge.
Hang on, I want to take it back a second to Astrodillo.
Astrodillo.
What the hell?
Because Texas is known for armadillos.
Yeah.
Where's the?
They carry leprosy.
Astros.
Yeah.
Astros.
So anyway,
Astrodillo. I'm
this is
dumb.
some good
Have another one. Have another one over there.
This is some good history for you. So Chester Charge, he was a Texas cavalry soldier, and he rode a horse out on the field during the 7th inning stretch and blew the da-dun-da-dun.
Yeah.
And
Charge!
that's where the 7th inning stretch and every time they do it at ball games, da-dun-da-dun, charge.
wow.
That came from the Houston
From the
Astros.
shit. Nice. Nice on the
Nice
history.
pioneering, Houston. I like that.
Okay, John, give us your top 3.
I got the Astros number 3. I like that since 1965 they've kept a star in the logo.
Yeah, they've always had the
Kept
star.
a star. I like Boston Red Sox as number 2. They've stuck with their stockings, you know.
It's such a good
It
logo.
really is.
Looks like
And like I
shit.
said, the
I
fact
can't
about that officer
Tell
for
you
New York.
enough about how
Okay.
good that logo
Good call.
looks.
Well, we agree on our number ones at least.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Okay, couple
Okay.
more.
Are you ready for mine?
Oh, you got and then yours. Go.
No, I have not. The Minnesota Twins is my number 3.
All right.
I
got that.
love the Minnesota Twins logo. It's so simple. It's just got like a circle with a perfect little cursive twins. It looks so nice. Number 2 is obviously the Boston Red Sox like stockings. It's
Yeah.
the perfect logo. It looks good on
Very
a hat,
iconic.
a shirt. It looks good
Anything.
anywhere you put it. And I fucking hate it. But my number 1 logo is the New York Yankees logo, just the NY. It's
So
the
simple. You know?
it's the perfect logo. You
But
can't
they're
have
intertwined, so it makes
Yeah.
it look. It
does
looks
look
pretty
good.
You
cool.
cannot have anything better than that. That's the best logo ever made. Fight me.
Are you listening, Mets? Go play in the road. Yours sucks.
Yeah.
The New York Mets logo is like a nice runner-up. I like that it's orange. I like that it's a more stylized Y and an M, but it's nowhere near as good as the Yankees Y and an N.
Okay,
Okay.
you mentioned the Twins. I was hoping you'd mention the Twins because Twin Cities. You can have a
Oh my
Minneapolis
God.
and a Minnesota. You can have them line up, but no, you know what
I'm
they got?
23 fucking years old, and I just got why they're called
Yeah,
the
that's why they
Minnesota
call the
Twins.
Twins for the Twin Cities.
Well, their
Oh
old-
my God!
Their old hats had the TC. And
Yeah,
it
it
was
stood
like, what
for
the hell
Twin
is the
Cities.
C? It's
Yeah.
Twin Cities. It was Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Well, one of their old logos had 2 twins on it.
Yeah.
They were
both shaking
cartoons.
hands over the river.
Yeah, and it was one said Min
Yeah.
and one said St. Pete. or
And you
something
could
like
have 2 twins out there named Paul and Minnie, but no, they have a bear.
that. No, that would be too easy.
A bear and its name. And you know how they came up with it? Remember the Hams cartoon bears?
Mm-hmm.
The Hams beer, the bear.
What about the gummy
That's
bear
where they got it
cartoons?
from.
Gummy bears.
And they actually
Gummy
changed it to the
bears.
bear in 2000 because it used to be
Here and there.
a loon named Twinkie. That was the Lions
Nice.
mascot.
Well, and there was the loons are big in Minnesota.
yeah, they are.
So like
And,
Minnesota United FC's soccer logo has a loon in it too.
And just quick on some of this fanatic, who knows what it is.
Who knows what the hell?
The Texas Rangers have the Rangers captain, it's just
Oh,
a
yeah.
Palomino horse. The Nationals actually have Screech the Eagle.
The Washington Nationals have
Screech the
such
Eagle.
a good mascot. It's nowhere close to the Fanatic, but it's all right.
The Indians have a guy named Slider, and it's just a big Muppet based off the Philly Fanatic.
Not an Indian anymore, that's for sure.
Yeah,
it used to be, didn't it? Am I wrong about that? That it used to be like
Yeah, it was Chief Wahoo.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Oh, it was, but they got rid of him.
Yeah.
And then
Bless
the
you.
Royals.
Damn.
The Royals. His name is Slugger, and he's a lion with a crown.
That's dumb.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
And
I hate that.
The White Sox have went through a ton,
Oh yeah.
and right now they got a guy named Southpaw for the south side of Chicago.
South side of Chicago.
And it's a green Muppet looking thing.
Another green Muppet.
Oh my god!
Hey,
And,
you got to stick with what works. How are we
yeah.
looking on time over there, man?
We're at 41 minutes
For the
on
second half. Damn.
Ooh,
We're going
yeah.
to have to hurry through
The
our
Red
top
We're all
five.
right.
The Red Sox have Wally the green-eyed monster.
I wonder
I
where
don't
that
wanna-
one comes
I do
from.
not
Yeah.
want to talk about the Red Sox.
And in
mascot 'cause he
2016,
sucks.
it lasted for almost a year. They brought out the little sister to the green-eyed monster, Tessie. But it didn't go over very well, and
Really?
she disappeared pretty quick. Yeah.
Wally the
I-
green-eyed monster. I
okay,
wonder where they got that
Honestly,
one
I just thought it was like a girl green-eyed monster. I thought they were just trying to be equal opportunity and have a girl. I did not know it was the little sister.
Yeah, the little sister.
from. That's great.
It was a good mascot. I'm not gonna lie, but
One of the tougher ones to come up with, I feel for him on this, is the Milwaukee Brewers.
Brewers, and I actually have a note about
Yeah.
this, too.
it's just a
Because they had
mug of beer.
Yeah, they had a barrel man named Algus.
He was a keg.
Yeah,
Their
he was-
first logo had a picture, had a guy
He
with
was
a
a-
keg
Let's
playing
drink some
baseball.
fucking beer,
Keg
bro.
that was a man. He came back.
With
Don't
the
you know?
Milwaukee fucking bros.
Yeah, he came back a couple times, and then they went back in the old days.
Drink that.
Let me find her. The Brewers actually had a chick come out, a hot blonde chick would come out in lederhosen,
Later, Holston.
and she during every inning she would go sweep off the bases. That was
Hey,
her job.
that sells. It sticks with what
Yeah,
works.
that was her job.
I got a kind of a this just in. Well, since the
Oh!
Orioles and the
Oh
Red
my
Sox.
God!
No, listen.
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
The Orioles and the Red
fucking
Sox got
shit.
postponed yesterday, so they're playing a doubleheader today.
Okay.
The first one, the Red Sox beat the Orioles 19-3.
19-3.
But check this out. Right now, they're playing top of the seventh. The Orioles are up. The Red Sox 6-3.
19 to fucking
19-3. That's a football
That's like
score.
the
That's
worst.
more than the Brown score. Well, and here's the thing about the Red Sox and the Orioles, and we didn't talk about this. We wanted to go back to this in the standings. Right now, and this is just showing up right now. I think this is the earlier game in the books too.
19-3.
The Red Sox are 107 and 51.
Yeah.
The Orioles are 45 and 112.
Anybody
The
can win any
Orioles
given day.
are 61 and a half games back in the division. That's like 2 months of games. The Orioles have been out of the division title race since like July.
June.
How does that happen? How do, like, is it-
Mathematically, they've been out since the middle of July.
do they just have the schedules predetermined from that far ahead that it?
Yeah, the schedule's planned out at the beginning.
Okay,
of the year.
I didn't know that. I didn't
Yeah,
know
So
they-
that.
with
find
these
out.
standings, the Orioles are 5 losses more than the Red Sox have wins.
Yeah,
Are they at the
know?
bottom of the division?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the Orioles are
they're-
the bottom
they're
of
worse
the
than the league.
And
I thought so.
61 and a half games is the biggest deficit for a team like behind the division leaders in history. I think the closest
19 to
the closest
3.
before that was like 41.
Give me that.
So, I don't think we're going to get time to get into our top 5 favorite baseball players of all
Do it
time.
next time.
Might
Jose
be one for a,
Canseco is my
for a-
favorite.
For a future show, we'll come back to
We'll
it.
come back for that.
I
we-
just spoiled it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
way to
not-
go.
Damn it, you
Way to
guys.
go.
One last one before we go. The San Francisco Giants.
Oh yeah.
What would it be?
You would think it'd be a giant.
I would say
It,
so.
He's a
would be.
midget?
It would be a crab.
Tell me it's a midget.
What?
It would be a crab.
I
What?
thought you were going to tell me it was a
Is it
midget.
'cause
I was
they
going
have
to lose my
crabs?
shit.
They've got crabs. Definitely.
It's like in basketball. This what was it? The San Francisco Fairies? Is that what it
San
was?
Francisco Fairies, the San Antonio Sharpshooters, or something like that.
Man, I want to watch basketball.
Yeah, basketball is a great movie.
That's a
We
good
need to. We need to. add that in there.
Ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee. That's all.
I feel like
folks.
he's got like
Don't
unlimited.
give him
of those.
another one of those, man. That's all he needs. Just yeah. So
We'll do top 5 next time.
yeah, we'll hit some top 5 baseball players coming up.
Well, I
But-
just spoiled my number 1, so
Well, don't
Well, I
if it,
don't think anybody's gonna take him.
if it counts, if it means anything, you probably won't remember it next week.
That's
so
true.
I'll remember.
I don't think he will.
We talked about this like 2 days ago.
yeah, I
How
know.
he's not a good baseball player, but he's my favorite.
He actually
baseball player.
was a really good baseball player.
Was.
He has been, and we talked about being the first member of the
First
40-40
40-40.
club. Yeah, so great stuff. So I appreciate you guys all coming along for the ride with this. It's a great time of year to be a baseball fan.
I just
You know,
gotta
the
say
play-
thanks. Shout out to Mike for Four Locos.
Yes,
Brought
big
some
shout
of
out
us
to Mike.
today.
Yeah, made this show a little less, what's the word, monotonous, if you will.
Yeah, sure.
But a great time of year. I know it was a lot of baseball talking. It was good, but thank you everybody. Shout out to all you listeners. I didn't do this at the top of the show, but get out there, follow us on all our social media channels. Follow us on Twitter. That's @GuysHiding. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/GuysHidingFromTheirWives.
Do we
Check
have
out
an
our
Instagram?
YouTube channel. No, we don't have the gram yet. We got to get on that.
Okay.
Check out our YouTube. We don't have any pictures to post. Nobody wants to look at our
I'll, take
ugly
it.
mouth.
I'll do it right now.
Okay. Check out our YouTube page. That is 4 Guys Hiding from Their Wives. No, that's not 4 local guys yet. It may end up at that. Still, we want an update. How's that ghost pepper looking in the back?
Sign out.
How's that ghost pepper looking? We want to eat that ghost pepper and put it on the YouTube channel.
We can do it tonight if everybody is down.
No, that's not a good
I
idea.
don't think I can.
That's not a good idea
It
after
is
you're
ready.
drinking so much.
I'm gonna pick it within a week.
Okay, well, we'll pick it and we'll eat it, and we won't do it tonight though. And we're gonna get all our
I
top
wanna
5
watch
logos.
it, but I'm not tasting it.
Yeah, I'm out.
We'll put our top 5 logos on this page on our social media so that you guys can get on there and have a visual reference on that. And then go ahead and email the show anytime with comments, questions, snotty remarks. That's 4guyshiding@gmail.com. Again, that's the word 4, not the number 4. Again, I almost said it again, the letter 4. Good hell.
Letter 4.
The letter 4. You'd think I'd be the one that had all these 4 locos. But, hang on, I got to send a confirmation code over here. But,
Don't say it out loud.
oh, okay.
Don't say
I
that.
almost did. I almost did too. But a big thank you to all these guys. Big shout out to Magic Mike, Alexander the Great John-bino, Juicy Trevor over here. What were we going to change your nickname to? I don't remember.
Cleaner.
Oh, the cleaner.
The
We've got
cleaner,
the
yeah.
cleaner, Trevor, cleaning things up over here on us.
Yep, I'm out. Peace
But
out.
we need some ideas for some future shows. Hit us up on any of those social media channels. Again, big thank you to a couple of our sponsors, Price Theaters, for coming on with us. October Rage for the use of the theme song. Great stuff. Thank you guys for coming with us. Hang tight. We'll be back with you next week right again. We'll see you soon. Peace.